MP Pierre Poilievre from the P in Carleton joins us this morning. How are you?
Great to be with you.
Did you have a good weekend?
It was a very busy weekend. We had about 5 or 6 Remembrance Day or Remembrance Week events that happened throughout the rural Ottawa villages.
Yeah.
Places like Kenmore, Greeley, Osgood, North Gore, Cars, they all do theirs in advance so that local representatives can make it out to each one of them.
Yeah, and they can go to the national ceremony on Friday and all that sort of thing, right?
Right. Well, I actually have 3 that are in my community on that day as well.
Do you really?
That's right. Yeah.
So a lot of communities have their own sort of thing going on at various times. So what sort of things were happening this weekend that you took in?
Well, we went to, I was out with the local other representatives in the community, but as I said, Kenmore, Cars, North Gore, Greeley, Osgood, these communities each have their own cenotaph. In many cases, they're small enough that they can put each of the names of the war dead from that village on their cenotaph. So they're very personal events.
Yeah. I was happened to be in Buffalo, as I mentioned earlier, but they had a very nice ceremony at the beginning of the football game in Buffalo yesterday with the American veterans, and several hundred in attendance, and a very nice opening to the football game. But we see these ceremonies take place all over and what happens is, Pierre, that the whole thing becomes more of a Veterans Week than just a day.
It has to be if you want to recognize every village and community that were affected by the Great Wars. Then you have to spread them out over several days. It's impossible for us to be everywhere on November 11th. So I think it's important that we take the whole week to remember.
Seems to me, and I don't know how you feel about this, but it seems to me that we've become better at celebrating our veterans and realizing the importance of our veterans and Remembrance Day, Remembrance Week. I think we've done a better job in recent years of understanding that this is very important, not only to our history, but to our future.
Well, yeah, and it's funny that you mention our future. There are some new technologies that Veterans Affairs is now employing to involve people in the act of remembrance. There's a new smartphone app that people can download, and that has 2 purposes. One is to enhance the services that veterans can receive. So if there are veterans who are using smartphones, then they can download the app. Or even if you're not a veteran, but you want to know more about the ceremonies and events that are going on in your neighborhood, there's a map that will help you be guided to the places you can go to remember on throughout this coming week.
That's right. The idea here is, Pierre, to encourage people to take part in those ceremonies and to if you get a chance, talk to a veteran.
Absolutely, and in terms of talking to a veteran, Veterans Affairs now has a Facebook site where you can go and leave your message. And then thousands of others can scroll down the page and hopefully land on the comments that you made. So it's a great way for people to share their feelings about of gratitude for the people who sacrifice so much. And I like the fact that we're employing new modern technology to remember the past.
By the way, if you get a chance to go to the War Museum or anywhere like that, I think you'll find from time to time that there are veterans there. And I ran into a guy recently. Leanne and I were over there just for a few minutes to get a picture taken, actually. And we ran into this gentleman who had been in World War II, and he was fantastic to talk. We could have talked to him for hours.
Right.
So if you get a chance, make sure you do that.
Well, we're very blessed here to have that resources. And most Canadians don't have easy access to a museum of that breadth and depth. We have it right here. I strongly encourage people to go this week to remember and to learn.
Thanks for dropping by today.
Great to be with you.
Good to see you. MP Pierre Poilievre from the P in Carleton, and a great message. Look, if you take that up to make it happen and enjoy one of the ceremonies in your community or at downtown here on Friday. All right, let's head out to Valley Barbecue. That's where Sarah Freemark is hanging her hat today. Sarah.